Hi everyone, welcome back to Mejorar Mi Vida with Lizette Sandoval. That's me. Today we're tackling breaking the junk food habit. And I will give you two top suggestions. One is, write it down, replacing taste and texture. If you're one of those that goes for the bag of chips because it's crispy, it's salty, your mouth gives a lot of feedback to your brain, and you have to be considerate of this. A lot of people don't think this is real, but it's real. Your mouth has a lot of taste buds, a lot of nerve endings that go directly to your brain, and your brain saying, thanks, that's amazing. So when you're replacing the bag of chips, you have to do a search and you have to do your homework. What is going to replace it for me? Do you like light, crispy, and salty? Then find the replacement for it. But it has to be super the same. You can't replace it with an apple. Don't do an apple. That's dumb. Girl, don't do that. You're going to fail. Don't do it. It's got to be crispy. It's got to be salty. Now, it can't be the same amount of salt as the bag of chips because, well, if you're trying to go healthy, you can't do the same. It has to be enough salt for your brain to be like, thanks, and then check it off. Most of the time, all day long, we go for the same place. So your bag of replacement has to be in the same space, in the same cabinet, in your bag, or wherever you keep it in the office, okay? That's one. That's the easiest one. That requires no lifestyle change. That just requires a little bit of research and time. The next one, this one, we're going to go to the core, and this is mindful eating. So what happens here? When the trigger goes off and you think you're hungry, right? You think you're hungry, and you go for the bag of chips, you're going to go stop. And then you're going to ask yourself a series of questions. One, is it really snack time? Well, no. Is it mealtime? No, not yet. Then are you feeling an emotion? What are you feeling? Stress, anxiety, what? Most likely it's stress. Or you could be bored, or you're just lazy to get up and go find something that's delicious and nutritious. So what happens here, girl? What? Is you're going for this bag of chips, and what you've done in this habit loop is you have successfully avoided dealing with stress. Imagine that. You've been so successful in dealing with stress by using food. And that sounds ridiculous because food should be for hunger and for you to sustain energy throughout life. But what happens? This food triggers off all these happy brain chemicals. We become addicted because it has all kinds of sugar in it. And next thing you know, that's your go-to because it feels comfortable and it becomes your default behavior. Girl, it becomes your default behavior. So now what happens now? You have to ask yourself the right questions. Walk yourself out and then make a choice. If you're really hungry, then go for the snack, but make sure it's that replacement taste and texture. But if not, if you're stressed, then you're going to deal with the stress. And then you're going to have to find ways to decrease the emotional component to it. So for me, usually, if I'm nervous or I'm stressed out or I'm feeling, I do several things, and I can give you those tips now. It's either you're going to push a wall, and not a partition wall that's going to fall over. You can get an actual wall and then push. What you want to do here is activate every single muscle, everything in your body, push, and then release. Another one is jump. You can jump really, really super high, like super high. Reach the ceiling, knees up in the air. I mean, your whole body's engaged. Do about 5 of these and see how you feel after. You should be much more relaxed. Or you can do a plank because the plank is basically activating every single muscle. Or if you don't want to act a fool in the office, you could just do the penguin and do the penguin high like this, and again, you're activating your entire body and then you release. So hopefully these will counteract that feeling and then you can get back to work instead of snacking. So again, it's either you're going to replace taste and texture, which is the easiest, and then you're going to use this when you're doing your mindfulness. So if you really are hungry for a snack, then you're going to go for the snack. If not, you're going to do a stop, walk yourself out with the questions, and then tackle the real problem. I know this is a huge goal. This cannot happen overnight, and I don't expect you to deal with it overnight. It takes a lot of observation. So you can download the observation checklist on my website in the mini blog. It is up now. You can check it out. Please, please, please be mindful that this does not happen in a week. It might take a month, 2 months, 3 months. I'm going to say a year because you're going to mess it up, and that's going to be okay. Anyways, those are my 2 top suggestions of breaking up with junk food. I hope that you learned a little something today, and then maybe you can pass it along to a friend, and then you guys can do it together. Because, it's always better with a buddy. I am done for today. Next week, we're going to tackle why you don't stick to your agenda. A lot of people say, oh my gosh, Lizette, I have my to-do list and I have it all kind of figured out. And by Friday, my to-do list and my schedule is a mess. I can't stick to it. Nothing gets checked off. I can't do it. Then you got to stick around. Next week, 10 o'clock, same place, right here in Mejorar Mi Vida. Again, practice, practice, practice. That's the key to confidence. It's the key to mindfulness. And it's the key to becoming good at what you want to be. I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.